Hello, my name is Yusef Edwards, and welcome to part 94 of the American Show. Now let's begin. Patrick was laying down, actually, he was sitting down on the couch when Alpha Queen called him. He said, "Hey, do you want to hang out today?" And then, he said, Patrick said, "Yes, what do you want to do?" Patrick also said. And then Mr. Crane said, "Do you want to play some basketball?" "Okay," Patrick said. And then Patrick then said, and then Patrick said, "But I'm not going to play basketball. I'd much rather watch you play basketball if you don't mind. I can't, I can't do it." "Oh, no problem. No big deal." And so it was. He grabbed he got off the couch, went into his room, and got dressed. He was wearing a sweatshirt, sweatpants, and that was it. The sun was shining, and and then he left the house, went into his car, and he was driving to the basketball to the park, which has a basketball court in it. And so that's what he did for hours. He was on the streets, just hanging out. You know what I mean? He was just hanging out on the street, driving to the park. Some anti-movie protesting was happening, and he just ignored it as you do. And finally, after a couple hours of him just driving, he makes it to the park. Uh, of course, Alpha Queen said, "Well, you're a little bit late, but that's alright. Sit down." And so he, of course, sat, um, cross-legged, of course, and just watched as Alpha Queen, play basketball with the rest of his, buddies. He was like, "This is kind of fun. Too bad I can't play basketball, but this is kind of cool." And then, um, and then they stopped playing basketball. Of course, Alpha Queen introduces his friends to his new friend and his employee, of course, Patrick. Patrick said hi to Alpha Queen's friends. They hit it off quite well. They talked about stuff. They introduced themselves to Patrick. He introduced himself to the rest of to the rest of Patrick, no, to the rest of Alpha Queen's friends too. After that, just continued to, he just continued to watch his friend, well, Alpha Queen's friends and Alpha Queen himself play basketball all day. They were having a good time, and all of a sudden, a friend of his, well, a friend of Alpha Queen, saw him alone and decided that he was gonna like sit next to him. He said hi. How are you? Isn't this crazy? By the way, I'm a big fan of the American Child. I love what you did with the singer. I thought you would ask her very great questions. It wasn't too fluffy and it wasn't too harsh. It was just the right amount of journalism to me. And I loved that episode. It was a great episode. And the performance at the end was pretty good too. Well, thank you, Patrick said to the guy who was just sitting next to him, just talking about the American show. Alpha Queen decided that he was gonna stop the basketball game, and he was just gonna talk to Patrick and his other friend who was talking to Patrick, and so they were talking together, and then Alfred Queen said, you know, I don't know, but I have a bad feeling. I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about my daughter. I feel like I feel like something bad is about to happen. I can't, I don't know. Um, I have no idea, but yeah, I feel like something bad is about to happen, and something horrible has already happened, and I don't want to talk to her about it for fear that my feelings will be confirmed. And then Patrick said, "You mean your suspicions?" And then Alfred said, "Same thing, actually." And then Patrick said to himself, "I don't know if that's true or not." And then and then Alfred Queen said, "What?" And then Patrick said, "Nothing, nothing. I was just talking to myself." Okay, cool. And so they decided to leave the gym and go get a hot dog. They were walking down the street together and they were just hanging out. And now, and now that, now, and now he's starting to get suspicious of Susan himself a little bit. Cause ever since earlier in the park where Alpha Queen said, "I don't know. I think something has. I think something is up with my daughter." He was like, "Huh." And now all of a sudden he has a bad feeling about it too. And so as he was walking down the street with his man, he was like to himself, "God dang it! Now I have a bad feeling about this too." What the hell? I can't let him know because that's just gonna make him more worried about her. What is happening? What is Cause now I think nothing wrong. There's something is wrong too. Well, I can't think about that right now. I'm on break and I'm hanging out with my boss and my boss's friends, and we are eating hot dogs now. So they get the hot dogs. They sit on a stool, well, a bench, and they just eat hot dogs as the sun is shining down on them. They are eating hot dogs. They're having a good time together, and you know, and the guy who was talking to who was playing basketball with him earlier, who was playing basketball with Alpha Queen earlier, said to Patrick, "Well, this is a good day, isn't it?" And then he said, "Yeah, since the flowers are beautiful and the hot dog is great." And so, they both said, "I agree. I totally agree with that." You know, but yeah, I am having a good time. I'm having a great time, Patrick said. And then Alpha Queen said, "Well, me too. Despite my bad feeling, I'm having a great time." And so they continue to eat the hot dogs, and they were like having a good time laughing at Alpha Queen's wonderfully awful jokes. And everybody just having a good time eating the hot dogs. And then it started to become nighttime. So they all left. They hopped in each of their limos, and Patrick hopped in his car, and they both left the park and the hot dog stand. Actually, they left the park earlier to get the hot dogs, and then they are now leaving the hot dog stand. They get up from the bench where the hot dog stand was, and each and every one of them walked to the limos, but Patrick was the only one to have a car. So he got into his car and he left the park. He left the park. He left the hot dog stand. He goes. He drives off. He goes home. I should say. And he's like, "Well, that was a good time. That was a great time." And I like them a lot actually. Those are good people. Those are really good people. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out with them more often. I think. And so it was decided that one of these days he was going to hang out with all of them again. And then and so he just kept driving home, listening to some music. The moon was just a little bit brighter tonight. The road was dark. The everything was a little bit dark, not that dark, of course, as it would be. And finally, he he gets out of his car and he knocks on the door, and his girlfriend opens the door and she welcomes him with a kiss. She welcomes him with a kiss and he sits down on the couch, but not before asking how her day was. Well, how was her day? She said fine. And that was it. To be continued. Well, I hope you loved the video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below if you really hate the video or love the video or like the video, whatever you guys do. Oh, and make sure you ring that bell notification to get notified, and if that's what you want to do, or not, I don't give a hell. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.